Sometimes you just need some time to yourself. When I was in high school, I learned that. It all started when I decided to join the Green Club. It was a club that I was passionate about. It was about conversation. Environmental conversation had been important to me all of my young life. My parents were passionate about it. All 4 of my grandparents were passionate about it. My friends were passionate about it. It sounded like a great club for me, so I signed up. When I signed up to join this new club, I hadn't thought about my other commitments in life. I had a job. I was working after school at my dad's veterinary practice a few days after school and a few weekends. I worked hard in all of my classes, and that included my homework and projects. I was on the soccer team, and we had practices after school every day and games, some of which were at other locations. And of course, I did have a social life. I had a hectic schedule, and I wasn't even near graduating yet. We were sitting during our club meeting after school. The club was tentatively called the Green Club. Some of the members thought it should have a better name. They also wanted a mission statement. Who knew that a club at school had a mission statement? Wasn't a club just supposed to be a group of people with a common interest getting together to talk about that interest and share ideas about how we could further that interest? The group started throwing out names for the club. Conservation rocks. That suggestion was declined because people thought that it stressed that we only cared about rocks. Conservation crew. Earth Club. This sounded like Green Club. We love our mother. Too vague. Green Group. I didn't like that, because it reminded me of giant green grouper worms that eat tomatoes. Gang Green. I didn't like that one, because it reminded me of amputation. I didn't say that. I started doodling in my sketch pad. I did this when I was bored. Green Team. I like this one. The arguing continued. Maybe we should vote, I suggested. Green Team it was, finally. Now it was time for our mission statement. Again, with the mission statement. Did other school clubs have mission statements? I thought about asking my friends, who were in other clubs, about this. It didn't sound necessary to me. I thought we would be raising awareness within our community about the importance of conservation. More ideas were thrown out. To educate the unknowing about the environment. That one sounded like a preachy conspiracy theory. The truth is here. Too X-Filesy. To fulfill the need for community education for conservation. To fulfill the need for conservation education. To educate on conservation, blah, 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 blah. I was considering not being a part of this club. I had practice in an hour. I thought about my homework that I would have to work on after practice. How about to raise awareness within our community about the importance of environmental conservation? I blurted out. Lots of heads nodded. Okay, the mission statement was chosen. Now it was on to planning. How were we going to achieve our mission? This was really involved. I wanted to get this done. What if we planned different activities that educate people on different conservation subjects? I suggested. Great idea. Everyone agreed. Should we do this weekly? Monthly? Half of us wanted to do weekly. The other half wanted to do monthly. We decided that we would compromise. Bi-weekly. Great. That worked better for me and everyone else who had other commitments in our life. I checked my watch. It was time to go to practice. My feet dragged through practice. Practice seemed like it was going to go on forever. Drills. Drills. More drills. Lots of kicking balls. Lots of passing. Lots of blocking. Blah, 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 blah. Finally, it was time to go home. Whew. At home, I ate a quick snack and sat down to do my homework. I felt uninspired. I studied, worked, I wrote the mini paper, worked my calculus problems. I had a tough time keeping my eyes open. The next day was the same. Classes and schoolwork, practice and drills, work at Dad's vet practice, homework, dinner, TV, bed. And the next day, classes, practice, work, home, homework, dinner, TV, bed. When the weekend came, I went to work at Dad's practice. Then I went home and worked on a project for civics class. Worked on a report for bio. Alex and Manu wanted to go to a movie. I went, and we grabbed dinner after the movie. I barely paid attention to the film. Alex and Manu were discussing it. I ate my fries. I noticed they were quiet. "Jason?" Alex said, waving her hand in front of my face. "Huh?" I said. "What's up with you? You haven't said a thing. I thought you were falling asleep in the theater," Alex said. "Yeah," Manu said. "Are you not feeling well?" "No, I just zoned out," I said. "Sorry about that. The truth was, I really didn't care what they were saying. That was unusual, because I always loved talking with them. We had awesome conversations. Alex and Manu were two of the smartest people I knew. On Sunday, I continued to work on my civics project and my report. "What is the matter with you?" My sister Ernesto had come into my room, and I had not even noticed. "What?" I asked, wondering what she was doing there. "I wanted you to help me with my report for bio," Ernesto said. "You promised me you would help me because you had the same teacher." Right, I said. "Okay, what do you need help with?" "I just wanted to have help with wording," she said. "If you don't have time, that is all right. I can ask Mom for help." "No, it's fine," I said. I looked at Ernesto's paper. It looked good. I knew it would. She was smarter than I was. "It's perfect," I said. "So, what is it?" Ernesto asked. When she wanted to know something, she never backed down until she got an answer. "What do you mean?" I asked. "You have basically been a zombie for the past 2 weeks," she said. "You don't seem like your usual happy self. You seem like you don't care about anything." Ernesto was right. I was just living along, day by day for the last few weeks. I didn't feel like myself. What was I doing wrong? "I'm sorry," I said. "I've been so busy with everything that I think I am just drained." "Jason," Ernesto said, "you normally have so much energy that you make me tired. I think that the problem is you need to take some time and just breathe. Maybe you need to do something for yourself, all by yourself." "What do you mean?" I asked. It sounded nice. "I mean, you don't get any time to yourself." Ernesto persisted, using her firm voice. That meant she knew what she was talking about. "You need to put your papers down and go for a run, or a hike, or whatever by yourself. Just you and nobody else. You are always surrounded by other people, and when you aren't, you are working on school stuff. You need alone time." That was funny, coming from my social butterfly sister. It also made sense. I was always surrounded by other people, at school, club meetings, practice, work. When I wasn't surrounded by friends, I was doing schoolwork. Ernesto was right. Annoyingly, she usually was. "So do it," Ernesto said. "Put the pen down and go." She pointed at my door. "Oh, by the way, can I wear that checkered shirt that I like tomorrow?" She was also into wearing boy shirts now. "Sure," I smiled. I put on my hiking boots and went outside. I took a long hike. I just kept walking and breathing and looking at the first things that I love surrounding me. I listened to the birds singing and the wind blowing through the leaves. I felt better. When I got home, I felt great. I finished my projects and actually felt interested in them again. I felt good again. Ernesto was right. I don't know how she had become so wise. She had figured out something essential and given me a life lesson. That would not be the last time. I learned that I needed to back away and take a break from my life and just be myself. I learned that doing something that I love by myself for myself was important to my overall outlook on life. I have made a point to do that at least once a week, sometimes more. To either go running or hiking, take my horse out, whatever. To just be myself and appreciate the world around me. It clears things up, and yes, it really does make me feel better. Hey, thank you for watching. Please click on the right to subscribe if you like the video. And please don't forget to click on the bell icon when you subscribe so that you can be notified when we upload a new video. Watch more videos on the left, including our playlist. Thank you.